Have you ever wondered why some women never have to ask twice? Why he leans in when she speaks, listens when she's silent, and moves mountains just to keep her close? It's not luck, it's not beauty alone, it's presence, it's energy, it's how she carries herself without begging for validation. The truth is, a man doesn't fall for the loudest woman in the room. He falls for the one who doesn't need to announce her worth. He can feel it. Like gravity, it pulls him in. And the ones who master this? They don't chase. They reign. A woman who knows herself cannot be replaced, controlled, or forgotten. That's the truth so many overlook in the noise of advice, strategies, and empty games. Because you don't need to manipulate a man to make him show up. You just need to embody habits that speak without a word, habits that whisper to his instincts and remind him, this one is different. This one is worth everything. Imagine a flame, a steady, quiet flame that doesn't flicker when the wind blows. She doesn't burn wildly to get attention. She doesn't try to prove her heat. She just is. And he, drawn to her warmth, will do anything not to lose it. That's who you're becoming. A woman so grounded in herself that he's willing to fight for a place in her world. In relationships, the most powerful kind of woman is the one who holds space, not just for him, but for herself. She doesn't abandon her needs to keep him close. She doesn't fear silence. She doesn't perform. And ironically, that's what keeps him coming back. Her calm strength, her mystery, her glow that cannot be dimmed by anyone's temporary attention. But let's be honest, before she became this woman, she hurt. She questioned. She bent. She poured her love into hands that couldn't hold it. And maybe that's where you are now, wondering what it takes, how to shift the energy, how to stop feeling like you're always the one giving more. Let me tell you this, you are not asking for too much. You were just never shown how to be the kind of woman a man would move heaven and earth for. Until now. Beautiful woman, you've been quiet for too long. You've shrunk, you've doubted. But now it's time to walk in the habits of a queen. Habits that won't just get his attention, they'll earn his devotion. Are you ready? Because after this, he will never see you the same way again. If this message stirred something in you, if it reminded you of the power you've been holding back, then show your love by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We are pouring our heart into creating content that helps you rise, rebuild, and remember who you are. Because every woman deserves to feel seen, valued, and powerful, and we're here to walk that journey with you, Queen. Number 1. You set the tone without saying a word. Have you ever noticed how he reacts differently when you walk into the room without saying a single word? His posture shifts, his attention sharpens. He can feel it, something in the air changes. That's not magic. That's presence. That's power. A woman who knows her value doesn't need to explain herself. She doesn't need to beg, prove, or perform. She just is. And that quiet energy, that's what sets the tone for everything that follows. Because a man doesn't move mountains for noise. He moves for presence that commands him without asking. You don't need to raise your voice when your silence speaks volumes. That's the kind of truth most women were never taught. You were told to try harder, love louder, fix everything just to keep his attention. But the moment you stop overgiving and start owning your space, he begins to chase. He begins to follow your rhythm. Because now you're no longer reacting, you're leading, even in silence. Think of a candle in a dark room. It doesn't yell, it doesn't flicker for attention, it simply glows, and everyone notices. That's what your energy becomes when you stop giving away your power to please a man who hasn't earned it. He starts to notice how peaceful you are when you're no longer anxious. He notices how you pull back your emotions, not in anger, but in quiet knowing. And suddenly, he's leaning in, trying to read you, trying to understand you, trying to hold on to you. He expected you to chase. He thought you'd question everything, but instead you became still. You became selective. And that, Queen, is the moment he realized he's not in charge of the tone anymore. You are. The way you move, the way you react, the way you don't respond when he expects drama. That is what shifts everything. It makes him think, it makes him feel, and most importantly, it makes him respect you in ways he didn't before. Because nothing confuses a man more than a woman who isn't trying to convince him to stay. So from this moment on, lovely woman, you no longer shrink to fit his comfort. You no longer chase love. You attract it by how you carry yourself. Walk in your calm. Stand in your stillness. Let your presence speak louder than any words ever could. Affirm this in the comments, queens. My presence sets the tone, without a single word. Write it, claim it, and let it echo in every room you walk into. And if this message spoke to your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to create lessons that don't just inspire, but transform, because queens like you weren't born to be chosen. You were born to reign. Number 2, you reward. Effort, not excuses. Have you ever noticed how he suddenly puts in more effort the moment you stop accepting his excuses? It's not magic, it's a shift in energy. When you stop rewarding empty promises, when you stop clapping for half-hearted love, everything changes. He starts to realize that your love isn't cheap, that your attention isn't for sale, that the door to your heart doesn't swing open for just words, it opens for action. A man will only rise to the level of the standards you uphold if he knows you'll accept late replies, broken plans, or half-effort love. He will give you exactly that. But the moment he sees that your love must be earned, that your time is sacred, that your peace is not up for negotiation, he changes. He starts moving differently, because now he knows you are no longer impressed by what he says. You only respond to what he does. As the quote goes, "Don't tell me you love me. Show me the part of your life where I exist." That's what he must feel when he's with you. He has to see that you will no longer reward inconsistency, that if he wants access to your world, he has to show up fully, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Think of a key and a lock. A real key doesn't jiggle and jam. It fits, turns, opens. But if you keep trying to twist a broken key into your life, all you do is damage the lock. That's how excuses work in relationships. They keep breaking your trust, your heart, your peace. And yet, when you finally stop forcing it, when you toss the broken key aside and wait for one that fits without struggle, he'll realize he's running out of chances to show you he belongs. At first, he'll be confused. He'll say you've changed. He'll say you're being cold. But deep down, he'll know. He'll know it's not about being cold. It's about finally being clear. You don't reward effortless love. You no longer lower your crown to match his inconsistency. You're not punishing him, you're teaching him. And the lesson? A real man moves when he knows the woman he wants won't wait forever. Dear woman, you're not asking for too much. You're simply becoming the kind of queen who refuses to accept too little. This is your season to attract love, not chase it. And the moment you begin rewarding effort, not excuses, you become unforgettable. Write this in the comments and claim it. I reward effort, not excuses. We're working hard to bring you life-changing truths because your love should never feel like a battle. It should feel like a throne. Number 3. You let silence do the talking. Have you ever seen a man grow restless in silence? Not because of noise, not because of conflict, but because the woman he thought would always explain herself suddenly doesn't. That's silence. It's louder than any scream. It's not just absence, it's power. And when you stop speaking, stop reacting, stop reminding him of your worth, he begins to feel the weight of everything he took for granted. Because nothing confuses a man more than the moment you go quiet and mean it. He expected you to cry. He expected long messages, midnight calls, desperate conversations. He thought walking away would shake you, that choosing her over you would make you crumble. But what he didn't expect is your silence. And now, that silence is echoing through everything he does. It's haunting his thoughts, because when a woman who once loved loudly walks away quietly, that's the kind of silence that breaks a man. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. That's the energy you step into now. You no longer explain your worth. You no longer fight for your spot. You become the echo that reminds him what he lost, not by force, but by absence. And queens, this silence, it isn't weakness. It's your greatest lesson. It's your crown. Imagine a room once filled with music, your laughter, your love, your voice. Then suddenly, it stops. The quietness wraps around everything, and no matter how loud he turns up the world around him, it doesn't fill the gap you left. That's how he feels. He looks for you in distractions. He listens for you in conversations. But your silence speaks louder than any goodbye ever could. This habit, it's not just about not talking. It's about emotional mastery. It's about refusing to argue for a place you've already outgrown. It's about stepping back so powerfully that he feels your absence, like a shadow he can't outrun. You let silence become the storm. Now, beautiful woman, hear this. Your silence is sacred. It's strength in its purest form. Don't waste it proving anything to a man who gambled your love like it was replaceable. Let him learn. Let him sit with the stillness. Because the woman who no longer speaks becomes the one he can't forget. Affirm this in the comments, queens. My silence is my power, and he will feel every moment of it. We are working every day to bring you the real, the raw, and the life-changing lessons every queen deserves. Number 4. You don't chase, you radiate. Have you ever noticed how the women who don't chase always seem to be the ones he can't stop thinking about? It's not magic, it's not manipulation, it's magnetism, the kind that doesn't beg for attention, but pulls it in like gravity. Because when a woman stops chasing, she starts radiating, and that energy speaks louder than any words ever could. He may not even understand why, but he feels it. And that feeling, that's what changes everything. A flower doesn't beg the bee, it blooms and the bee comes. Let that sink in. You don't need to chase him to prove you're worthy. You don't need to show him you're better than the one he's entertaining. You don't need to lose sleep overthink texts, or fight for a place in his life. You are the place. And once you start living like it, he won't just want to be near you, he'll do anything just to stay close. Think of a lighthouse. It doesn't run after ships. It stands tall, steady, radiant, and it guides them in the darkest hours. That's what you're becoming. A woman so grounded, so whole, that he finds direction just by being near you. Not because you're trying to prove anything, but because your light is impossible to ignore. He will start noticing the way you no longer check your phone, hoping he'll reach out. The way you no longer shift your mood based on his silence. He'll feel the shift when you start pouring all that energy back into yourself, your growth, your peace, your glow. And that's when the tide turns. That's when he goes from distant to devoted. Not because you forced it, but because your energy changed the game. Dear lady, this is where everything flips. You were not made to chase after love. You are love. You were not meant to compete. You were meant to reign. You were not created to be an option. You are the destination. The moment you realize that, the world moves differently around you. And so does he. He walked away thinking you'd chase. Let him watch what happens when you don't. Because your power is in your peace, your silence, your glow. The day you stop running after him is the day he starts running toward you. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I don't chase, I radiate. Let the world know you're done proving, done begging, done waiting. And if this message lit a fire inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to create these life-changing lessons for women like you who are ready to rise. Number 5. You mirror his energy without losing your crown. Have you ever noticed how the moment you stop reacting, everything changes? How when you stop over-explaining, stop over-giving, and simply mirror what he gives, he starts to chase what he once took for granted. That's not a game. That's power. The most unforgettable woman is not the one who gives endlessly to be seen, but the one who watches, mirrors, and responds without ever lowering her crown. You don't have to be loud to be heard, and you don't need to fight to be felt. When a woman learns to match his energy, not with bitterness, but with self-respect, he starts to feel something no words can explain. Accountability. And that feeling, it's what pulls him closer. A man will do anything for the woman who doesn't beg for his consistency, but expects it. Quietly, powerfully. As the quote goes, a queen doesn't move with fear, she adjusts her crown and mirrors the moment. That's the truth. When he pulls back, you don't chase, you pause. When he gives effort, you meet it. When he disrespects your value, you remove your access. No screaming, no chaos, just clear boundaries and calm execution. Think of a mirror in a palace. It reflects whatever stands before it. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't react. It doesn't distort. It simply shows the truth. That's you, the mirror. And once he sees his reflection in your reaction, he'll know exactly what kind of man he's being. And trust me, the right man will rise to meet the standard you quietly uphold. There's something magnetic about a woman who does not overplay her hand. She doesn't give explanations for her silence. She doesn't entertain half-love. She meets energy. She mirrors consistency. And most of all, she refuses to shrink to keep anyone comfortable. That's the kind of presence that makes a man realign everything just to keep her in his life. Lovely woman, You've spent enough time explaining your heart. Now, it's time to mirror his energy without ever losing your crown. This is not about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear, about protecting your peace without becoming petty. Because the truth is, he can feel when your energy shifts. And when you mirror with grace, he's left with a choice: level up or lose you. So rise now. Don't lower your voice, don't bend your back, and don't break your own heart trying to carry his. You are not his lesson. You are his standard. Make him meet you there, or let him watch you from below. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I mirror energy, but never remove my crown. We're working hard to create powerful, life-changing lessons because you deserve to reign. Number 6. You leave when it no longer feels like home. Have you ever stood in a room that once felt like home, and suddenly everything felt cold? His words sound the same, but the warmth is gone. His presence is there, but your soul feels lonely. That's the moment so many women ignore, hoping the love will return, waiting for him to notice, trying to hold together something that's already slipping through her fingers. But let me ask you, how long will you stay in a place that no longer holds your peace? The hardest habit a powerful woman can ever build is this. She walks away when love no longer feels like love. A woman's silence is louder than his broken promises. That's not just a quote, it's a warning. Because when you stay in what no longer feels like home, you lose yourself in a place you were never meant to shrink for. And when he sees that shift, when the woman who once gave everything starts choosing herself, he feels it. Not in words, but in absence. Not in fights, but in distance. Picture this, a bird inside a cage that was once filled with songs. She sang for him, danced for him, waited for him. But now, she sees the door open. No more trying to make the cage feel like the sky. No more folding her wings just to stay. She flies, and the cage, it echoes with the sound of everything he took for granted. Right now, he thinks he still has time. He believes he can keep giving less and still keep you close. But queens, the moment you decide to love yourself more than you love the idea of what could be, everything changes. You stop asking for bare minimums. You stop explaining how you deserve to be treated. You stop showing up for a place that no longer feels like home. And yes, it's painful. Walking away always is. But nothing hurts more than staying too long in a space where you feel invisible. That man will feel your exit more than he ever valued your presence. And when he turns back, the home he once had in you will be gone, unreachable. Beautiful lady, you are not broken. You are evolving. You are not lost. You are rising. This is not the end. It's your becoming. From this moment on, you are no longer the woman who waits. You are the woman who walks away when it no longer feels like home. Write this in the comments and claim it. If it no longer feels like home, I leave. Say it with your whole heart, queens. Let the world know that you are done settling for less than you deserve. We're working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons because you were never meant to chase love. You were meant to reign in it. Number 7, you love from fullness, not emptiness. Have you ever noticed how he acts differently around a woman who doesn't need love to feel whole, but chooses to give it anyway? That kind of love doesn't come from a place of desperation. It doesn't beg, it doesn't cling, it doesn't break itself just to be kept. That kind of love is rare, and when a man feels it, he never forgets it, because a woman who loves from fullness, not emptiness, becomes his deepest peace and his greatest desire all at once. He will move mountains for a woman who doesn't make him her world, but invites him into the one she already built. That's the truth. He doesn't want to carry your brokenness. He wants to rise with your wholeness. He wants to be chosen by the woman who doesn't need saving, the woman who already saved herself. And when he finds her, he will do anything to keep her. Picture a glass overflowing with golden light. Every drop that spills from it becomes a blessing to anyone who receives it. That's how your love should feel, not something you hand over to fix a man or fill a void, but something that overflows because you've already healed, because you've already learned how to stand on your own, even when it hurts. When your love isn't a cry for help, but a gift freely given, that's when he starts showing up in ways you've never seen before. In relationships, the difference between being chased and being taken for granted often comes down to this: are you giving from abundance or from fear? Because when he feels like your love is the only thing holding you together, he won't treasure it. But when he sees that you're already grounded, already glowing, already living a life full of meaning, he'll do anything just to stay a part of it. Let's speak clearly now. If he left, let him. If he couldn't see you, that's not your burden to carry. The moment you stop looking for love to complete you and instead become love itself, that is when everything shifts. That's when he feels the change, and that's when you become unforgettable. Beautiful woman, you are not asking for too much. You were just meant to give from power, not from pain, from overflow, not from emptiness. And when you love like that, he will chase, he will change, he will cherish. Affirm this now. My love is a gift, not a lifeline. Queens, drop this in the comments and make it yours. Let the world know that you are done giving from lack. You are now living, loving, and reigning from wholeness. And if this message touched something deep in your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working every day to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons that help you rise into the woman you were always meant to be.